Marcus wiped grease from his hands and squinted at the sputtering hover engine on his workbench. The repair shop on Outpost Kepler wasn't much, a cramped garage on the edge of civilized space, but it was his. He'd carved out a simple life fixing broken machinery for miners and freight haulers who passed through this forgotten corner of the galaxy. The scratching at his back door made him freeze. He knew that sound. Everyone in the outer rim knew it. Claws on metal. The desperate scraping of something that shouldn't exist anymore. Marcus grabbed his plasma wrench and approached the door carefully. When he opened it, two pairs of golden eyes stared up at him from the shadows. They were small, barely the size of cats, with scales that shimmered iridescent even in the dim light. Their wings hung limp with exhaustion, and their ribs showed through their sides. Dragons. Actual dragons. The war had supposedly wiped them out. The Galactic Council had declared the Dragon homeworld a military target after the uprising, and everyone assumed the entire species had been sterilized from existence. But here were two juveniles, starving and terrified, probably escapees from some smuggler's hold. Marcus should have called the authorities. Harboring dragons carried a death sentence. Instead, he went to his kitchen and returned with a protein bar. The smaller one, with copper-colored scales, snatched it from his hand and devoured it in seconds. The larger one, midnight blue with silver markings, watched him with ancient intelligence before accepting food. That night became 5 years. Marcus kept them hidden in the maintenance tunnels beneath his shop. He fed them scrap metal. Dragons could metabolize almost anything, and taught them to stay quiet when customers arrived. The copper one, whom he called Ember, was playful and curious. The blue one, Phantom, was cautious and protective. They grew. Not much. Dragons matured slowly, but enough that hiding them became Then, one morning, the sky above Outpost Kepler turned black with ships. Imperial cruisers. Dozens of them, bearing the seal of the Dragon Empress herself. Marcus's blood turned to ice. The Empress was supposed to be a myth, a legend whispered among conspiracy theorists who believed some dragons had survived. Apparently, the conspiracy theorists had been right. Soldiers in ceremonial armor, actual dragon-scale armor, descended on his shop. Their commander, a woman with eyes that glowed like molten gold, walked directly to Marcus's workbench. "You are the mechanic called Marcus?" she asked. He nodded, unable to speak. 5 years ago, you sheltered two members of the royal bloodline, Princess Emberlight and Prince Phantom, heirs to the restored dragon throne. Marcus's legs nearly gave out. I didn't know. Of course you didn't. The commander's expression softened slightly. But you fed them when they were starving. You protected them when the galaxy wanted them dead. You asked for nothing in return. Ember and Phantom emerged from the tunnels, now the size of horses. They moved with fluid grace, their scales gleaming with health. They went directly to Marcus, nuzzling against him with obvious affection. The commander knelt. "The Empress has decreed that humanity committed crimes against dragonkind, but not all humans. You have been judged worthy. She offers you a choice. Remain here with your simple life, or come to the dragon homeworld as the royal mechanic and advisor to the throne." Marcus looked at the two dragons he'd raised, at Ember's playful eyes and Phantom's protective stance. "Will they be safe?" he asked. "They are home," the commander replied. "They have always been safe with you." Marcus thought of his small shop, his quiet existence. Then he thought of the two scared, starving creatures who'd scratched at his door 5 years ago. "I guess I'm not much of a mechanic if I leave my work unfinished," he said. Ember chirped with joy, and Phantom's rumbling purr shook the ground. The stars awaited.